Peace to the nation. I'm on here, baby. Me on here, just ride. I ain't playing no music. So hey, whatever little time I get on this one, it go towards me, I suppose. Yeah, man. The unfortunate news came out that our former president, I referred to him as kind Master Biden, and also our current, since I refer to our current president as mean Master Trump. That's the narrative that comes out. But apparently, it was announced recently that good old Biden is sickly, and that's unfortunate. I imagine he lived a full life. Some people say he could have lived a good life. I can't really speak to how good or how bad a life he lived. There's stories. They say things, but you got to be careful with the things they say. It's all about what you can prove. But apparently at this point, and just like people were saying that the man mind wasn't right, and this man, some of us believe the man mind wasn't right for a considerable amount of time. That some of the people are coming out saying since 2020. So we find this out, and it's like, well, the way they announced it, it's at an advanced stage, and it's just been about a week or so that they had him out on little press runs or whatever. He was on the View and sitting with next to his wife, his caretaker, his wife. And, they was doing, I guess, somewhat of a press jump. Hey man, it is what it is. But I say, for his advanced stage of sickness, doctors are saying that for him to be that sick, they had to known about it for a considerable amount of time, and I've seen a clip where he pretty much announced that he did have cancer, and he blamed it on the environmental conditions of Delaware. But it is what it is in that regard, man. Like I say, he was very active in politics. What's happening, people? I see y'all popping up, but I can't really read because I'm maneuvering through my traffic issues. But for them to know back then, because you look at it when it was going on. During election season, it's an election season, and he had just done a debate, and he had went to the doctor and said, and pretty much if the doctor said it back then, which the doctor did say that he had a clean bill of health, he could be president, he'd be fine. But if they knew back then, for it to be advanced to where it is now, they knew back then it happened. He was sick. So then, people was like saying, well, some of us believe that it was the dementia that provoked him to take the back seat to the candidate, to be convinced to step down and pass down the mantle to Kamala. And we looked at it as that, well, his wife was mad, blah, 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 because his wife never really necessarily spoke up, or from my understanding, appeared in any rallies for Kamala Harris. But it is what it is. I ain't seen Nancy Pelosi do too much talking about it either, but I'm not a party person. I'm more of a policy person. But it still remained the fact that they didn't have the person that they had to pick, and I would think, and I guess in hindsight, it would make sense because, hell, if it came out later on, Kamala and them knew that he was demented, and that he was also physically ill, they could come back and say, well, she was supposed to be the president at that time period anyway, because the president should be considered incapacitated. And now they're talking about auto pens and stuff like that, where, he wasn't necessarily doing nothing. It was, I don't know, whatever auto pen is, but I take it for what it sounds like. And I'm cut it close, baby. Now we're going to start questioning A clean bill of health. Compared to what? Compared to what the doctors say. We were talking. I'm parroting what the doctor said. The doctor said that, hey, hell, that man could not be that sick unless he had a super aggressive form of cancer, and even then, it obviously would appear. And when the doctors checked him, they would have to be imbeciles to not know that he was sick in that manner. Ain't no question. We didn't question it back then. Well, of course, some of us questioned it. But if that man said what it was, they had been saying it already for all those years already. So what could we do at that point? But to get back to it, it's like they had to find somebody to fill the place of kind Master Biden. And that person, most obvious candidate, and I guess if you think about it, like I said, if it was still during the presidency of Biden, the Biden administration, and the next person in line to take the reins of presidency is the vice president. So really, in a way, for her running for president, and I guess accepting that and then hide that information, y'all first blackish female president kind of cheated herself, I guess, in the quest for greed. But then I guess, these are very powerful people. And that's a very powerful position that they're protecting. So, I don't know. This is why I know that for the fact that when you look at it from the perspective that here we are May, and the election was in the president was inaugurated that's maybe 125, 150 days ago. Now in this time frame, they're announcing that Biden has a real strong case of prostate cancer. So look at it like this: if he ran all the way through and got elected, and this doctor said he had a clean bill of health, then now all of a sudden he got the sickness, Kamala would have still fell into place then. I would, because that's the chain that's the way it's written down in the books. From my understanding, those people that claim the no knowledge of politics. I don't play cheerleader. I detest the Democratic Party. I have no strong affinity for the Republican Party. I'm for the interest of me and my kind, my people, and how it benefits me. Now I look at policies. But, I digress. They spent $2 billion to try to get Kamala in. And all the time they knew all this stuff. That's people in his administration, people that are close to the administration, knew that the man had mental incapacitation. Now comes out that he had also had potential life-threatening physical incapacitation. But, it's okay, because these things can be covered up, even by way of the media. The media has a duty to dig into certain things. But I guess that's a game where they pick and choose in which they want to dig into and investigate. I just, I burnt my platforms talking about this politics shit. I don't know how freely I can talk about it. I guess I've kind of polished my delivery per se. But hey, man, sorry for kind Master Biden. And I'm sorry if I laughed too. I'm not. It is what it is. Things happen. I'm up here doing super park. Things happen. Something been wrong with him. Busy. Scum, quiet hair, man. Just thinking these people really think that the situations and circumstances in America today would be better with Kamala Harris than whatever we got going on now. Someone who could you just get back to the line? It was doing everything. I'm running late, y'all. I got to go. Could you just get back to the line? It was doing everything. I'm running late, y'all. I got to go. Peace and love, man. Kamala Harris, man. It's just all kind of stuff that was going on. Um, it was confusing. And man, and people lied again, and we fell for it. I got to go. Peace and love. What up, 912? Busy. I appreciate y'all.